I just found this card, and the last couple times I found cards, I just kept them, because once you start learning more about these cards with the numbers on them, diamonds means dos mounds or amount. So we got that word from well, that's how we developed the word mountain. And our ancestors used to write and add from the left and the right and put the amount in the center. You know what I mean? Because the summit is the epitome or the pinnacle, and that's what it will equal to. Both sides of the mountain would equal to the pinnacle of the mountain, which is the peak or the point. It's the climax. It's like a triangle. It's a pile. So you getting into more of binary codes and shit like that. But yeah, card games, fortune tellers, they use cards, and cards have a certain amount of numbers for a certain reason, because it's all numerology. It's just real deep science, or more so spirituality, and it's a part of our language, how we talk, and it's just was the development of us understanding the earth and cosmology, the different nodes you go through and things like that. So this is a bicycle card, and I can tell because turn it over, they're referencing the bicycle right here. You can barely see it, but they're referencing the bicycle, which is the sun and the moon. That's how you have these two cupids. You're looking at the cupids, right? And then it's like the two cupids is creating a trifecta or a trinity, and you see it's kind of like something spinning in the middle. So you can equate that to Jacob's ladder, or just the layered system that we live in. It's layered systems, so that's why there's different names for the sky: stratosphere, atmosphere, and what else? A layered system of working parts, like a caliber, like like the thing that spin the gun around, the moving parts in a gun, things of that nature. But this science that I'm speaking of, this is how we understand to create mechanisms and shit that work on a consistent basis, electronic and mechanical. And the last thing I want to talk about is the cupids. And that's basically the god Eros or Horus. There's many different names. Tammuz. Many different names for this Cupid, quote unquote god of love. But if you look into the Bible, and this is where they get all this stuff from, guys. It's all spirituality that has been personified and made into stories, okay, based off of just deep spiritual stuff. So a lot of times it's a layered story, so you're not really understanding what is really going down, and it's coded. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So to get to the end of this small tutorial, the two cupids. So when they speak of, when they're writing in these books that we know to be religious and holy, anytime they're talking about the beginning, they always they talk about horns or trumpets being blared. The seven, and it's all these seven numbers and all these special numbers that indicate, completion and basically the cupids is referenced and have been personified into a hyperboloid, okay? And that's basically how energy functions when there's a black hole around. So just understand and know that energy represents and is in all things. Energy and light, magnetism, all things. All right, I'm out.